you put your seed in any, well, like me, if I was to lie down with a white woman, that son would still be a black boy. Vice versa, if a black woman lays down with a white man, now that is a white boy, what's in her womb. You understand?
Yeah.
Right, so you are of your father. So if your father, there is a child, no, we ain't about colour. This is not about colour. This is about national origin. This is about sperma, seed, your seed line.
Right.
Right? Like I said, if I lie down with a white woman, we will forth a son, he's going to get lighter. And he lies down with another one, he's going to get lighter. And his son lies down with another one, he's going to look like a white boy eventually.
Yeah.
But he goes back to my lineage. So he's still a black boy. Do you understand?
Right.
Like, what's his name? What's the actor and the actress? You got one called Cameron Diaz. She looks like a blue-eyed, blonde-haired one. Yeah, her father's cute. Leonardo DiCaprio, I think his father is a so-called, goes back to the tribes. You understand? So it's not about colour, it's about national origin, about seed, your seed line. Yeah? But at the end of the day, and I'm going to read it again, but it says here, 25 and 22. And it says here, and one people shall be stronger than the other people. Would you say, who's the strongest you reckon, the black man or the white man? Who's the strongest? Who would you say is the strongest? Put on the boxing ring. Let's just look at boxing ring.
Yeah. I'll say the black man.
Athletics, who's strongest?
The black man.
Thank you. And it says here, one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Right, so we've established the white man come out first. So who's serving who at the moment?
The black man serves the white man.
The black man serving the white man, yeah?
Yeah.
Right at the moment. But it says in the last days that the younger, the elder is going to serve the younger. So we're coming into that time now where you're going to have to serve us. If you're, I'm saying, if you're an actual Caucasian, an Edomite, because Caucasian means what? It means dwellers of the Caucasus Mountains. In other words, can be caveman, stick the down and Barney Rubble. Yeah, you call yourselves that by Johann Blumenbach, he coined that phrase. Because when he looked at you, your history, you are from the Caucasus Mountains. Mount Seir originally, from the Gulf of Akbar, near Jerusalem. Then you went into the Caucasus Mountains. So this is how you was living. So we took you, cleaned you up, put you in our armies, yeah? And then due to our disobedience to our God, the God of Israel, yeah? He said, right, I'm going to take this caveman, because you've done what you've done, I'm going to put him over you for a dispensation of time. And he said, you'll see the signs. When you see earthquakes, uproars of the people. Right, we're seeing that now, yeah?
Yes.
But he said at the end of days now, I'm going to give everything back to you because you made the world for our sakes. Right? Everything you see was made for us. Right? So let's continue, yeah? Let's continue with the word of God. Because prophecy is playing out right now on the earth. But our people are oblivious, they ain't got a clue what's happening. Because why? You took us and you destroyed us. In other words, God gave us into your hands because we broke his laws. But now he's gathering, because we're in the last days now, he's bringing the diseases what he brought on Egypt. You know the story about Moses?
Yes.
Right? What happened in Egypt?
Well, they had
The Israelites was in slavery against the so-called dark nation.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to realise we are not Africans. Right? We are Israelites. It tells you in Genesis made a difference between the Africans and the Israelites. You understand? But what it was, a white man said, let me just call them black people. Let's hide them and let's not them know. Don't let them know who they are. Because the longer they keep us away from who we are, the white man's going to rule. Yeah?
Right.
But like I said, the Lord is waking up his people now. So what you're going to find out is these people, what they call niggers, monkeys, baboons, goons, are the children of Israel, God's chosen. And there's going to be a punishment for the white man. You see him? Because he's doing the same things what he done to Pharaoh. What did he do to Pharaoh? Because Pharaoh wanted to kill all the firstborn of the Israelites, didn't he?
Yes.
Have you know the story?
Yeah.
Where he said, if it's a man-child, kill it. But if it's a woman, let it live. Because why? We established that if a man puts his seed into any woman, that's who it is.
Right.
So that's why he said, kill the black children, but save the women, because he can impregnate the women and bring forth his nation. Right? And that's what the Lord said he's going to do. The same plagues what he had in Egypt is bringing now to this place. That's why you're going to be lacking food. Cannibalism is going to come back. Right? Because this place, they import everything. They do, yeah? You see the shelves getting emptied. They're showing in the supermarket, the shelves are emptying. They're putting chairs, they're trying to fill up the shelves with all different stuff. Because now it's bringing, but darkness coming. Death and destruction's coming. So, well, what do you think should happen to 400 or 500 years of free labour? What would you suggest? If you was in charge, let me just say this. If you was in charge of the world, you know, like Joe Biden, he's the king of Babylon. He's got power to do some stuff. Not the ultimate, but the Rothschilds, the good ones to get it. He's still the ones that really love it. Yeah? But if you was in charge now, they say, what's your name? Lawrence. They say Lawrence. Yeah. Right. You've got the power in your hands. We'll give you the Federal Reserve. You've got the key to the Federal Reserve. Yeah. Right, so you've got the key to the Federal Reserve. Right? All those trillions in there, and there's fuck all really in there, right? It's fictitious. Let's say, you Lawrence, you've got the trillions in your hands. And what would you reckon for payback this year?
Those customers come in.
I know what I want to do.
You've got the money, which is just fictitious. Just make it, you've got the money, the trillions, and they said, Lawrence, we want you to do something to recompense the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. What would you suggest? You got the key to the Federal Reserve. All the money in the world. What would you do?
You know, I cannot think off the top of my head what I do now exactly.
Would you give them money? Would you give the so-called blacks, Hispanics money to recompense 400 to 500 years of slavery?
Yeah,
let me ask you
I
this.
consider it. I would give them land.
You would give us land?
Yeah.
And give us money and whatnot. How much you reckon this is worth? 400 to 500 years of rape, robbery, and murder, slave labour.
The money will never cover it.
It's impossible, isn't it?
It is.
Because there's too much blood, isn't it?
Exactly.
Right, let's see what God said about that. Because he's got his plans. He's got his recompense. Let's see what his recompense is. Do you know? Have you ever read about his recompense? What's going to happen to the white man for doing this?
No.
You never read it? Let's read it before I go. Before I go and tuck myself. Nice commentary. Let's see what God has got planned. This is Exodus 21 and 16. You tell me if this is just what God's got in store. And it says, and he that steal a man and selleth him. What happened to the slaves? What happened to blacks, Hispanics?
Most of them were killed.
It says here, he that steal a man and sell him. Did any of them got stolen and sold?
Yeah.
Right, it says, or be found in his hand. This is when the one they call Jesus Christ coming. Do you believe Jesus Christ is coming?
Yes.
Right. So this is the time when he's coming. He that stealeth a man and selleth him, if he be found in his hand, that's the one they call Jesus Christ coming, he shall surely be put to death. You think that's just?
So what do you mean if he's found in his hand?
Right. So have they put us back where they stole us from? Because you know they stole us off the west coast of Africa.
Oh yeah, no.
Right?
No.
If they put us back, did they give us back all our money, our jewels, and what they stole? So that's what he's saying. He that stealeth a man and selleth him, if he be found in his hand, when Jesus Christ comes back, we are still in our captivity. It tells you that group in this day. He said, he shall surely be put to death. So when the black Christ comes back, he's going to kill white, Japanese people, Chinese people, because he's going to be found in their hands. Right, let's see if he comes up with another alternative. Let's see. Have you heard of Jeremiah?
Yeah. I don't know much about him.
Is he a prophet?
Yes.
Right, let's see what he says. This is Jeremiah 30 and 16. And it says, therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured. What does that mean, to devour something?
To devour means to be
Eaten
eaten.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah? And all thy adversaries. What's an adversary?
Well, your enemy.
Right? All thy enemies, every one of them shall go into captivity. What's captivity? What's another word for captivity? If you're being captive by someone, what does that mean?
You're a prisoner.
Slavery,
Yeah.
basically, yeah?
Slavery.
And they that spoiled thee, was the black man spoiled?
No.
We was never spoiled. So we know exactly who we are.
Spoiled.
Spoiled. You know when you spoil someone. You know when you go, you know when put it this way. So you're making up a nice meal.
Yeah.
And you're putting salt and the salt bursts and all the salt goes into there.
Oh, yeah.
What's happened to that food now?
It's spoiled now.
Spoiled.
Oh.
So who spoiled us? Who told us we're black people?
Yeah.
Do you know what black means? Have you ever looked in the dictionary? What the word black, you know what it means?
No.
Dark, dirty, evil, soiled, without light. That's why they call themselves white people. Pure, clean, holy, angelic. So they spoiled this, it says here. Therefore, all they that devoured us in slavery. Have you heard of alligator bait?
Yeah.
What was alligator bait?
Basically, food for the alligators.
Huh? What's that?
Yeah, it's like
Alligator bait, there it is there.
yeah.
Putting babies down the bayou, you know, in the southern America.
Yeah.
What they used to do, when the black woman was slaving in the picking cotton, what they would do, they would steal the black baby and they would put it in cages and they would take it down to the lake. Have you heard of chumming? Have you ever heard of the term chumming? Chumming the water.
No.
You know when you go fishing, you call
Yeah.
it chumming.
Oh.
You know they throw maggots.
Oh, yes.
You chum the water, they bring all the fishes, then you
Yeah.
throw your one with the hook,
Yeah.
boom, and it gets caught. That's what they used to do. They used to use black babies to chum the water. What they would do is they put it by the edge of the lake. You know babies, they're splashing, you know,
Oh, yeah.
cold in it. And the alligator, you know, they're very subtle, they'll sneak up,
Yeah.
boom, clamp on the baby, and then tie a rope around the baby's waist. Right? So when the alligator clamped on the little black baby, yeah, and started to chew it, they would drag the alligator in and pickaxe it, and they would make clothes out of the alligator. But they would use black babies as the bait. You know about that story? You know about that?
No.
Right, this is what they used to do. A white person would tell you that. They know about that. Right, and it says here, therefore all they that devour thee, yeah, shall be devoured. And all their adversaries, every single one of them. So no white person's going to escape from Christ. Every one of them shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. And all that prey upon thee I will give. So George Floyd, was he preyed on?
Yes.
Right, so the Lord said, they that prey upon me, I will give for a prey. Right? So let's see Revelations. You know Revelations is
Yeah.
the last book, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's see what God said in the last book, what's going to happen to white people. Maybe, not just them, Chinese, Japanese, but they're the ones what completely spoiled us, because we don't know who we are. We don't know we're the children of Israel. When we was under the Japanese, the Chinese, the East Indians, the Arabs, we knew who we were, but white people have completely wiped our memory, yeah? So it says, let's go to Revelations, yeah? The last book of the Bible, right? 30 and 9, right? Let's see what he says. If any man has an ear, let them hear. Have you got ears?
Yes.
Right, but it don't mean ears, it means if you've got understanding, you get understanding. That's what it means. He that leadeth into captivity. What do we say captivity was?
Well, it's slavery.
Thank you. So let's replace it with that.
Yeah.
He that leadeth into slavery shall go into slavery. He that killeth with the sword, so killing someone with the sword. Do you know how the United States Cavalry got hold of that land? Or the land of America. You know they had the so-called North American Indians there.
Yes.
Did you know they gave them blankets with smallpox in?
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Right. Did you know they
Talking
killed
about
them with
it
the
now,
Gatling
TV.
gun? Huh?
They're talking about it now on TV.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you know they made a gun, they called a gun called the Gatling gun,
Yes.
right? They had to kill them, they had to make a weapon to kill them because they were so masculine. And you know, North American, you know, that's why they call their weaponry now Apache helicopters.
Right. I see.
Comanche helicopters. Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Because they were very warlike. It was very hard to kill them. They knew all the stealth techniques. That's why the Americans now, that's why they reverence. They got not sitting bull. Who's that great Apache, a great Apache Indian? Geronimo. They've got Geronimo's skull, the skull and bones, one of those fraternities. They actually got his skull as a token for what's the word I'm looking to glorify how magnificent the so-called Native Americans were at war. Right? That says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword, they killed the North American Indians with the Wilkinson sword. You know, you can go into that pharmacy and you can get shaving things called Wilkinson sword.
Yes.
That's the sword was what they killed the North American Indians with, the Wilkinson sword. You could go look it up. I looked it up the other day. Right? Yeah, the Wilkinson sword. It goes back to killing the North American Indians. And it says, he that killeth with the sword must. It doesn't say might or maybe. When Jesus Christ comes back, he said, the white man is going to be killed. Not all of them, because we're going to need slaves. Yeah? He said, must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Who are the saints? So that whoever the saints are, they're waiting patiently for the one they call Jesus Christ to come back to kill the white people, so-called white people. What do we establish? That they are what? What colour? What colour do they come out?
Red.
Right. So they're not white people, they're red people.
Yeah.
He that killeth with the sword, so he's going to come back and kill the red people. We establish Esau. Do you know what Esau means? In Hebrew. It comes from the term Ishashwa, what means wasted away. What would you say is wasted away on white people?
Everything.
Their pigmentation. Remember? Because when they come out, the first came out red, and Jacob come out and he didn't mention his colour. But when Isaac saw that red baby come out, he said, Ishashwa, wasted away is he. That's why his name became Esau, then it became Edom. Do you know what Edom means?
Red.
Oh, how did you know that?
My second name is Adam.
Adam don't mean red.
Sorry?
Adam don't mean red.
No, it doesn't.
Why would you mention Adam? What has Adam got to do with you? When you said red. That was very clever. You were quite a studied man.
Yeah.
Why would you say, why did you say red?
Well, because I know that it means red.
Well, Adam.
No.
Because Adam means Adama, from the ground.
Yes.
Right? Because if you go to Genesis,
But it also means red earth or
means who?
red earth or...
No, that doesn't. Adam just means Adam is from the ground. That's what it means. It's how was man formed?
From the earth.
Of the dust of the ground, didn't it?
Yeah.
Genesis says, let's get that, Genesis 2 and 7. It says it. And the Lord formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. Right?
Yes.
So Edom means red.
Uh-huh.
Right? And Edom became who? Esau became who? The father of who?
The Edomites.
Right. The Edomites, isn't it?
Yes.
So when he said Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated, was he talking about the man, or is he talking about the whole nation? Right, so you're a very studied man, because people just say, oh, he just said Esau I hate. He didn't say, because Genesis 36 and 8 says Esau is Edom, the father of the Edomites.
Yes.
So we're getting to the point now where this is what's going to happen, this is what's coming for this. This is payback, right? This is going to be the payback for this. Because we said that slavery, the white man has put us in slavery. So the one that called Jesus Christ is coming back to put him in slavery. Because why? We haven't got an army. We ain't got the power to take the white man down. Because why? He's got, let's see, wait. He's got this. This is what the white man's got. You know this is his blessing, to live by the sword. Let me get it. Let me get it for you.
No, that's why they wouldn't get rid of guns.
No, they just want to get the people's guns off of the people. They want to keep it with the elites. Let's get that. Let's get that. What is that? Is that Deuteronomy? Yeah, it says here, this is the father Isaac talking to Esau. I'll start at the top. And it says, and it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son and said unto him, that's the so-called Caucasian.
Yeah.
We find out that Esau is the so-called white man, isn't it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Because what colour are the white people you say today? What colour would you establish you? Not white, what colour are they? Red.
Oh yes.
Red man.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Red man. Right?
Yeah.
So every time you hear white man, just remember he's the red man he's talking about. Yeah? And it says, called Esau his eldest son and said unto him, my son. And remember white people come from black people. Did you know that?
Yeah, I've heard
Because
that.
remember, a white, have you ever seen that picture where so-called, can two white people have a black child? Can white people have black children?
Well, I don't know.
It's impossible, isn't it? Why?
No.
What are they missing?
Pigmentation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Melanin.
Yeah.
Can two black people have a white child?
Yes.
Right, because you could take away from the black and make white, but you can't add the white to it. Right. So it says here, he called Esau, he said unto Esau, my eldest son, he said unto him, son, my son. He said unto him, behold, here I am. That's what he says. He said, behold now, I am old. And this is Isaac talking to Esau, and I'm not these days of my death, so his death is coming.
Right.
And he says, now therefore, take, I pray thee, thy weapons. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So his blessing was to live with weapons. His weapons. It says, thy quiver and thy bow, and go out in the field and take me some venison, because that's why Isaac loved Esau, because of his venison. Because he was a hunter, a cunning hunter. It tells you that, yeah? And it says, and make me the savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. Because what you've got to realize is, you know why? I never wonder why white people hate black people so much. It's because of the blessing. Remember, the last two nations to come on this earth, or God brought on this earth, were the white man, so-called white man, and the so-called black man. The black man is the black Hispanic children of Israel. Right? These are the main two characters on the planet today, and the main two characters in the Bible. You know, like if you've got a plate of food, you've got the meat and the gravy, you've got potatoes and what. The meat and the gravy is the so-called black Hispanic name. You know that you got the main stars, the bad guy and the good guy, you got the extras, right? The black guy, the main characters in this movie are the so-called white people who are ruling today. Who rules the world today?
The white people.
Right. And who is at the bottom of society today? Blacks, Hispanics and Native Indians. You find us, we're in the ghettos, favelas they call them, we're in the lowest places, right? You're very intelligent, man, I've got to say that.
Oh, thank
you
you very
represent,
much.
if you're an Edomite, you're representing your people very well, right? And it says,
I wish I wasn't, but yeah.
yeah, well, I wish I wasn't under these white people. I got quite a big transgenders and
Right,
LGBTQ and all that madness.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean?
No,
I would love to be separated and go back to my land. But that's not, I've got to wait for that. I've got to be patient. You know what I mean? The Lord is going to do that for us. And it says, and make me say who I die. And Rebecca heard. Who was Rebecca? You know Rebecca?
Yeah.
The wife of Isaac.
Oh, yeah.
Who had Jacob and Esau. So she was listening. This is why the white people hate black people. Yeah? Because of the black. We love white people. You see our people, we do everything for white people. Have you seen the one that court case where it's a Jean Paul, Jean or something, where that white policewoman went into his flat and shot him, killed him in his own flat. And she said it was false, she thought it was her flat and it was an intruder. When they went to court, the white policewoman, the black judge and the black, what do they call them when they're in the court? There's,
Jury.
Not the jury, there's the other ones, what stand next to the assailant.
Oh yes.
Her, who was another black woman. Did you know she was combing the murderous? She was combing the hair of the white woman, the white policewoman who killed her black brother, so-called. She was combing her hair. And at the end of it, she was found guilty. And you know what the judge did? The black woman judge did? She come down and gave her a Bible and started to talk to her. And do you know what the brother, the white policeman went into his flat, shot him. Do you know what the brother of the man who got killed, do you know what he done in court? Black guy, he asked the judge if he could get up and hug the white woman what killed his brother and forgive her. See, our people are, because we're a loving people, we're a kind people. But what it is, we give our love to the wrong person because we're under divine curses. It tells you that in Deuteronomy. But he got up, you see all these things in this court, that court environment, the judge, the woman what stands by the assailant, the brother of the murdered thing, when this policewoman, all of them showed love to this policewoman what killed this actual black man. See that? Now, let's turn the tables now. If it had been white people, do you think they would have shown the same love?
No.
Do you think that the brother would have got up and hugged the black fucking policewoman? No, the white judge would have gave the Bible, or the other one standing there would have combed the hair of the black woman. Do you think they would have done that? Because our people have been completely destroyed through the white man. The Lord said he used the white man as his sword because the blessing of the sword is given to the white man. What did he say about he that lives with the sword? And that's what's coming now. The white man's going to die by his own means. A lot of these diseases in the earth was made by the white man in the lab. He's making specific plagues what kill certain people. You know that? They're trying to kill so-called blacks, Hispanics and Native Indians. The same thing they've done in ancient Egypt.
Right.
Did you know about the story in Pharaoh, innit?
Yes.
What did he do? What did he try to do to the Israelites?
Well, I know that there were like 10 plagues brought against
No, that's what the God brought of them.
Yeah.
What did Pharaoh try to do to the so-called Israelites? Pharaoh himself. You know, Pharaoh was not a white man. You know like Sesame the Mill? Have you heard of Sesame the Mill?
No.
He's the one who makes all them biblical movies.
Right.
Charlton Heston played who? Moses.
Yes.
Right? And Hugh Brynner played who? Pharaoh.
Right.
Hugh Brynner is not a black. That's supposed to be a white cast. Right? But they made it and watered it down because they glorify white people. What it is, they try to glorify. Well, let me ask you this question. Who was the greatest man ever to walk the planet?
Jesus Christ.
Right, Jesus Christ. They made him a white guy.
Yeah.
So, if they made the greatest man ever to walk the planet a white guy,
Yeah.
so everybody's going to think that white people are the greatest people on the earth.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what they've done. Who invented everything? Who invented, since mobile phones, who invented the mobile phone?
Well,
Do you know a man called Henry Sampson? A black man invented a mobile phone called Henry Sampson.
no.
Right. Who invented the light, just the filament in the light? Who invented that? See this light what we're getting? Who
Yeah.
invented that?
I do not know.
A so-called man called Lewis Latimer, a black man. Do you know who invented the car engine?
It's going to be a black
A
man.
black man. You know who invented the internet? Philip Iguali, a black man. Do you know who invented shoes? What we got here? Jan Meltziger, a black man. Do you know who invented the ironing board? The shoehorn, the letterbox, the washing line.
So we basically stole it.
Yes, because there's a saying, if the black man didn't invent anything, you white people would still be running on the knuckles. Thank you. Because you're a nobody's really.
Yeah.
You've stolen everything. What you didn't invent was the patent office. You know what a patent office is?
Yes.
What is a patent
That's
office?
where you go to register your design so it doesn't get stolen by anybody else.
Right. And when we was in slavery, what did they say about the slaves? If the slave master owned the slaves,
Yeah.
and I invented everything, who would get all the credit
Yeah.
and everything?
The white man, yeah.
Thank you, and exactly what happened. The white people are nothing. They caved. They're at the caves of Europe, Mount Seir. But what it is, because we broke the laws of God, He's given the workman the jurisdiction over us for a dispensation of time. And what it is now, we're coming to the end of it because the curses now are beginning to show on the white people. They're reversing now. They're getting all the curses. And the curses before us. We're going to read some of the curses. Let's read some of the curses in Genesis. Yeah? Genesis 28. This is how we know who we are. We are the chosen people of God. And He is going to claim us back again. That's why he's saying, that's why he's seeing all these plagues. What are coming on this place are the plagues of Egypt. Yeah? This is Deuteronomy 28:15. It says, and behold, let's get Deuteronomy. Oh, sorry, that's Genesis. It's Deuteronomy 28. It's the 5 books of Moses are the law, innit? Are the Torah, they call it, innit? This is Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice. What does hearken mean?
To listen to.
You're a fucking wise guy, man.
Oh,
I got a wise guy here.
Yeah.
If thou shalt, and it shall come to pass. This is future prophecy.
Yeah.
Right? In that time. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt not hearken, listen, unto the voice of the Lord thy God to observe to do all his commandments. The commandments is given to the blacks, Hispanic, you know white people, they don't believe in God. You know, like,
Yes.
yeah, you know they don't believe in God, innit?
Yeah, well, most
Majority
of them
of them,
don't.
innit?
Most of them do not. No.
Yeah, right. See, you're, like I said, you're a wise
Like I
guy.
go to church, but everybody there is black.
Right, right. Because white people actually think that they're God. Because they can slice jeans, they can clone, dolly the sheep, and our people actually think that white people are gods.
Sure.
You know what I mean? The black woman, she wants